Hey everyone, it's Lilac. Thanks so much for coming back to my channel tonight. It is Saturday, what the hell day is it? I don't know, January 28th it looks like. So I already did the February readings and they're already online for you guys to check out. But tonight we're going to be doing some compatibility by the elements, so that's a little different concept, but everybody's always trying to figure out, you know, if like, am I in the right relationship that I should be in, or you know, hey, I just met somebody, like, am I feeling the vibe correctly, or, you know, just kind of asking those sort of questions. So we're going to do that element by element and sign by sign within each element. How's that sound? I know, sounds really good. That's why we're doing it. That's why you're all here today. Anyway. So, in true Leo fashion, we're starting with the fire signs. We're going to be using my Prisma Visions deck, I think it's called. I love this deck of cards. One of the things I love about this deck, and so we're going to work with it intuitively tonight, is that, and a lot of people don't know this about this deck, and there's like 2 or 3 others in the series that of the artists that made this deck, is that if you took all of the water element cards, or like all of the cups, all of the wands, all of the swords, and you lined them up like ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, like there's a picture, a physical picture that comes through, and people don't know that about this deck. So I'm hoping to, I'm asking, you know, I'm asking that happen tonight, where a picture, sort of like a physical picture, comes through in the cards for me. I know it's a little bit weird, but hopefully that made sense. Because sometimes, you know, when you're looking at the art, you're also getting some information. So Aries, you're going to be first within the fire sign bunch, and that's what we're doing first, is the fire signs. All right, so whether you are in love with somebody, lonely and single and looking for love, married, it's complicated. Isn't it all complicated? I don't even know. I think everything's complicated. Okay, so Aries, you guys are going to be first, and we're just going to like talk a little bit about like who you should be with, okay? And also, I just want to mention, I'm going to post in the bottom in the description a link to my blog, because I like to write about soulmates, karmic connections, and twin flames. So some of the things we're going to be talking about, you might have questions, and I'm going to answer those questions, but you have to read it in my blog. How's that? All right, cutting the deck. Ace of Swords is our first card out. This card is like, it's so funny because like the first thing I wanted to say was, wow, this card is sharp. And also I see that like candlestick dude from the Beauty and the Beast cartoon, and he's very romantic and he's very interested in you. So that's what I'm getting like right away from this very strange card. Let's start there, Aries. So someone, we're going back to this card, someone really dynamic is coming in from, this person's like a loner, like they don't have like a group of friends around them. They're just sort of, they stand alone on a lot of things, on a lot of issues. And there's a coldness about this person because of that. There's a coldness and I know it sounds like that sounds bad, right? But I think your Aries nature, you want to warm this person up. Like you see them and they feel rigid and they feel frigid and they feel like they isolate themselves too much. But for some reason, like, you're in contact with this person. So it's like, maybe if you're working with them, you see them working in their office or their cubicle or whatever, and you're like, why does this person always manage to put themselves on the outside of everything? Let me bring them in because I'm warm and charming and interesting. And this person is like cold. It's like an opposites thing, okay? And the second card out was Death. So far getting some really strong energy for Aries. I think I'm going to end up pulling like 2 cards for each sign within the elements, okay? So in that case, this death card would suggest, you know, basically I've got a hit on what this person is like, and then what's going on or going to happen with them is represented in this death card. So here's what I'm getting. It may or may not be your story, but, you know, this person is going to affect your life. Like, they're going to turn it around a little bit on you. Like, you've got some shit going on, but the death card basically says it's going to be an ending. It's an ending. It's a change. So maybe you're dating someone. This person's going to change your mind about that. Maybe it's something like that. Damn, Aries. The fuck? It doesn't surprise me because I've actually been, like, feeling that Aries energy really intensely. And I don't get along with a lot of Aries. I'm going to be really honest. I know a few, and we just, it's like, hey, we're both fire signs. Bye. You know, like, your turf is over there, my turf is over here. So I think this person that in your life could be like a Capricorn for sure. Like, if it's a guy, it's a Capricorn, maybe an Aquarius, maybe a Cancer. But if it's a female, I don't feel it. I feel like I'm talking to a woman and this is a guy, and he's a guy who's like kind of isolates himself, maybe has like political views, and anyway, he just like doesn't get along with people. But you like him. I don't know. I know, because I've been there. Whatever. All right, moving on. Leo. Justice. Yeah. That's the fuck, Leo. Cutting ties. Like, this card is like this knife. This person's got this knife and they're cutting the snake. It's like that. Okay, so I have this favorite imagery, this like art that I love that I can never find anywhere, and I'm like so obsessed with it. And it's like the snake, and it's like the don't tread on me thing, but it doesn't say don't tread on me. It says join or die. And it's got the snake is cut up into different pieces, and this card immediately reminded me of that. So like, A, I'm a Leo. B, I love that snake cut up thing, and I love it. Like, I want a shirt, I want like a flag, whatever. And then this card, so it resonates for me, right? And like all that swirling energy in this situation is like, how do I describe it? All right, I see it. Whew. So, okay, so the snake is biting this person's hand, and the hand has the sword. And the energy is like squeezing. The energy is taking that snake and like making it bite the hand, and then it's cutting through. So it's like, yeah, it's like you have no choice but to make a decision to bring a situation to justice. Outcome is the world. So when you do this, you know, you're gonna have the whole world in your hand, basically. And it's really two major arcanas for Leo. Okay, so let's talk about what that means in terms of compatibility. Justice. Someone who is, you know, there's two people here. One has the hand and one is the snake. And then there's the sword. And these two things are working in symbiosis with each other. One is helping the other to cut a cord. And it's like both the hand and the thoughts are working together. Both the body and the spiritual part are working together. So this person that is coming, who is in your life, like they feel like pure energy. They don't even feel solid. You know, it's like they bite your hand and you're the solid one, and you're like, ow, what have I been doing? And what just bit me? And then you look and you see it and you're like, why did you bite me? And then the next thing you know, it's like all this shit starts happening in your life, Leo. But it's bringing you to this place where the world comes into focus. And there's so many beautiful things in this card. Like, even just look at the art. It's incredible. I love this deck. It's so expressive. It's so expressive. You know, you've got this swirl of a lion's head and other animals. There's a dove. There's an eye in the center. A goose. There's stars. There's the moon. I almost like look at this card and see an orgasm happening, you know, because it's like an explosion of everything all at one time, okay? So that's pretty deep, you guys. And if this resonates for you, you know, keep watching. I'm going to do additional readings on the other elements, and that might help you, you know, think about people that you're connecting with. Okay. Jesus Christ. Sagittarius. King of Pentacles, but in reverse. I gotta tell you what, I love this card, this King of Pentacles card. I call this my Anthony Kiedis card because Anthony Kiedis loves to wander around wearing these red pants and no shirt. It's just like his thing. I know that's weird, if you get my drift. But he's like this, right? And he's got this crown. So even though this card is upside down, right? Because right side up, you see the bull, and then this guy's doing like a handstand on it, which also is Anthony Kiedis. And I'm sorry to obsessively talk about Anthony Kiedis, but if you're tuning into my channel, you know why I do that. So back to this, right? It's kind of like, for Sag, I'm getting that this is the way this card should have come up, right? So, like, if there was a person coming in your life or is in your life who's supposed to feel stable, they are very unorthodox. That's why it's upside down. They're unorthodox, but they are stable, you know? It's weird. Like, they're really strong. Like, this person is strong like bull is what I want to say. And it's like a positive thing. So even though it's King of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like this person doesn't have their shit together. They might be young. They might not be established. They might be struggling with something. But at the same time, they have a stabilizing effect on you. Or vice versa, you to them. All right, Five of Pentacles. So yeah, listen, you're going to be poor, but you're going to be happy with this person. I don't know what else to tell you. I know she's not watching this video, so I'm just going to say that everything, my daughter is a Sag, and I just feel like this message is for her. So if she does tune in, whatever, you know, that this person is stabilizing. They're going to be poor, but happy. The Five of Pentacles is just kind of like you don't really have a place to call home, but Saggies don't really care about that, do they? What matters is the feeling. I mean, that's not what matters, but what is prominent in this relationship is a feeling of that it's right. Like, both of the cards have like that orange, red, brown kind of coloration going through it. Completely different from the other two. So I feel like actually right now, the fire sign that's really in their power right now is you Sages. You're in your power. You're totally in your power right now. You could share that with some of the other fire signs, y'all. I'm just saying, some of us could like really use some help with all that. But hopefully this reading made sense. And the next segment I'm going to do is going to be for air signs. And if you like this, definitely give me a thumbs up and also come back to visit, and feel free to subscribe. Also share the video. That would be great. I love you guys. Namaste.